that might just be one of the best chapters in the series. I have full body chills. I had full body chills for like 80% of this chapter. I finished it and I just sat back and I was like, wow. He knew he had the anime announcement chapter and he said, here you go, best chapter in the series. Well, one of them at least. But this year, fighting prowess on display here was just incredible. Like, I have no words. It was such a quick change of pace, and then it immediately goes that Amu is like, nah, you guys ain't shit, and just completely obliterates everyone, because it turns out that's not even his beginning of his power. It was just a little side effect. Like, this was the popularity result chapter. Like, I should be thinking about like charity stuff. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, we got the, actually, this proved the entire theory. It proved our theory's been proved all right, because we got Shiba's power finally. He did a fight on screen and he got his ass beat. He is lucky to be alive, but he was only kept alive because they're doing the classic of you're alive so you can send a message, because they're thinking, they're like, we can do this, we can finish it, we can finish him, we finish him, to the next page of immediately the Soga clan guys just being popped holes for him. Not even small holes, like that is his whole upper torso gone basically through his neck. And they go, it was merely the side effect, which is just an incredible translation and also just phrase in general to go, this was just the side, like this wasn't even his power, it was just a little thing that happens on the side, is truly just incredible writing. Because this fight has been so good at doing the we're so back, it's so over, but clearly leaning towards the it's so over. But even then, like, I knew the three guys were gonna die, but they got me with Shiba getting his throat slit. Like, I was like, damn, how is bro alive? But this is crazy. I just, like, I have no words. I saw that scorpion and I was just like, oh man. The scorpion was what got me chills though, like the scorpion centipede looking thing. That was a beautiful image, but also incredibly scary. And hitting them with this is the climax, buddy, you can't be doing that to your guys. Everyone just gets their holes blown in them. And he does give the concede. I mean, he's like, I didn't expect to use my power today, but you know, you guys were kind of good. But then immediately killing Shiba, basically, and hitting us with the always immaculate use of a title drop in the middle of a chapter, ending those Irishima talks, because there's not a person left to talk. We even get Mashiro's his sad death, the only one who actually gets literally anything besides just being blown a hole through him. He looks so sad, just dead and lifeless, that it made me sad. But then of course Shiba's not dead. Sumika also gets you a healing one, because it's like, what doesn't this thing do at this point? But props to Shiba for, he's kept alive and he tries again. I would not have done that, pal, but you can tell he immediately just gets rocked. Where all 6 went in and 1 came back by the mercy of Amu, and that is it. We did get Shiba's sorcery, wicked trick. He can teleport, but he can also he's a hacker basically, which is a really cool iteration on a type of power like that, like teleporting things. Because there's a momentary error where it's like, this is a code, like a bug in the script, which is really cool and I like a lot. He can manipulate their positional and their properties. He basically can just rewrite you as an entity whenever he wants, which is really cool. But ultimately, it didn't matter because he got noted. Now, the recording, the little recording from a few chapters back, is making a lot more sense. Where you're seeing Shiba looking like he has met God and found 8 million ghosts, which would make sense because he died and came back to life. He looks like a ghost. All our boys are dead. The Hiroshima talks are very much over, and out comes the war and their military superiority, which in fairness, they do have that. That is for sure. To end the fight, that final panel really is just speaking to me too, where you just see Amu just sitting there like nothing happened. Like this whole fight has been nothing but meaningless to him, as Shiba, he's the only guy left, just plopped on the ground, barely alive. And to think this is the same chapter where we got the popularity results, where it's like, I feel like I should be talking about that, but I immediately forgot when I saw that scorpion centipede thing, and I went, I don't care. I'm here for the story at the moment. But to talk about the popularity results, because why not? They are entirely surprising. Honestly, I thought Soya would be higher, but I'm going to be so for real. Those are the 5 guys I expected. I have no complaints. That is all my 5 guys. I just want to see what place Soya is in. That's really the only thing I want to see. Because I think he's got his own fan base there. But man. I keep like looking back at the chapter and looking through the pages, and I'm like, man, these guys really thought they had something. It's really the twist of fate when they go, oh, we finished them, where they're like, oh, it's so back, and then it's just so over immediately after. Because you can see all of them with their like shit-eating grins, or like they're kind of confident, as Ami was just hitting the same expression he's hit the entire fight. He's just here, and then just immediately kills everyone. But Sumika's real power as well. Now let's talk about the bug. The power to annihilate the enemy, which occurs in tandem with a unique spirit energy reaction, which is final boss energy if I've ever seen it. Like, that's really all I can say about that. When your power is the power to annihilate the enemy, like, I have the killing power. Yep, that's a big enemy for you. But now the question becomes, where do we go from here? Are the enchanted blades this thing that happened in secret, or are they just desperation weapons because all of their strongest guys are currently dead, besides Shiba, who might as well be dead at the moment? Like, there's not really anything there, which makes sense why most of the current enchanted blade wielders are younger, for the most part at least, because your 4 strongest guys are dead. Like, you got Soga, who was basically next in line at this point because your 2 strongest guys got immediately destroyed. Everyone else, I imagine, will be introduced soon. I think next chapter will be we gotta assess the situation, or it'll be Shiba crawling back and just like plopping himself on the doorstep of the government, bleeding out, being like, we're fucked. Or honestly, you could just go to Kunishige and be like, hey buddy, I need those blades now. Otherwise we are dead. But I also think it could be interesting to have the kind of regime attack. That's not a word. The Mikaboshi assert their dominance. Because actually ends it in is a messenger, when it's like you very well could just hop on the shore and kill everyone. Because instead of doing that, Amiyu goes, we need a messenger to relaying demands. Like, he's not trying to, well, he's trying to find his own, he's winning the situation at the moment. He really does, he has all the chips in his hand and is kind of just chilling out. You know, he's sitting back in his seat because he can. The Irishima talks have shown anything but that at any moment he could stand up and probably no diff the entire country of Japan, which is interesting on a story level and makes you very excited for more. And to think this was also one where we should talk about the anime adaptation. I already did, you watched the video on that, but wow. One of the best chapters in the series. Just a perfect encapsulation of Hokuzono's fight direction and how he writes fights just in general, where it's very creative powers in very interesting ways. And he's really just a master of we're so back, it's so over style fights, and I wouldn't have anything else.